Hello, my fellow skateboarders, longboarders, and freelance skaters. Hi, this is Krishnan, a fine art photographer who loves to skate. We're going to make a video today, and we have spoke about this in one of my earlier videos as well. So the idea about this video is to make a silicone rubber mold for the bushings that you use in your skateboard. Hope you can have a look at it. This one is barrel and this one is cone. So cone as in like you'll find a slanted edge, okay, on the sides, and also for the custom bushings which you could find in waterborne surf adapter. So I'm not saying like you could make all these bushings and distribute to people. Why my right eye is blinking? I don't know. But what I'm saying is like it's like the YouTube video, like wherein you can download the YouTube music and use it for yourself, but you may not be distributing it to others, which will become a felony. So as long as you don't distribute, it's not a felony. So something like this. You don't want to bankrupt other people. So in case of emergencies, you could probably make your own bushings out of silicone rubber mold. You know, like silicone rubber is not the actual bushing material, as you know, it's polyurethane, and it's a good combination of polyurethane and a polymer, which I haven't sourced yet in India. You know, finding polyurethane liquid in India is very tedious task. As I call people, the distributors or dealers or who were sell polyurethane in India, they were ready to sell me a whole barrel as in like 250 kgs, 250 kilograms. I don't know how many gallons of polyurethane that one is like, but it's a large quantity. So I wasn't able to afford such things, because a huge barrel would supply me polyurethane bushings for a lifetime, but that's going to cost me a bomb, like more than 35,000 or something in Indian rupees. And why am I thinking about making my own bushing molds? Like, because whenever I'm going to source polyurethane liquid in future, I can have a mold and I could make my own polyurethane bushings out of it. Like most of the bushings are of same size and few are custom. And I did speak to a few other sellers who are selling solid polyurethane sticks as in like you could observe this one. You could see here this is you could see that this one is a cutout here at this spot, and this one is of the front side injection mold. You could see you could observe the cut from here. So this probably has to be a stick, and which was cut into required amount of size and number of pieces. People were offering me such sticks. That stick was like according to the hardness they said they will charge me, like for a 95A hardness it would cost me around $300 for 1 feet. So I can get about say 10 pieces, 8 to 10 pieces of barrel bushings, because a stick is going to be of cylindrical size. It won't be of a cone, right? Can't be a cone stick. That would make something else. So that's what people were offering me, a stick of polyurethane, which would cost me like $200-300, which is the very best way to buy something. I promised him like I'll be buying from him by January, or at least make the decision by January first week. That's when my parents would come back from Canada, but I couldn't unfortunately contact him back because like it was very confusing for me. I haven't made the decision yet. So as far as now, I'm still hoping like I'll be able to source the polyurethane liquid in India sometime, and I still want to try the stick as well. So as you all know, like you can use bushings in combinations. Like as of now, in the traditional way, you use one cone and one barrel bushing in your trucks, but it can be otherwise also. You can use two barrel bushings in your trucks, which will kind of restrict your carving ability, but it's possible to have some more stable ride. People do use that kind of combination. We'll look at this in different video as well. We'll try various combinations and ride and see how the carving ability of one particular ride looks like with different combinations of bushings. But yeah, I got to warn you guys, I'm very much recording this video in my home, and it's very functioning home, and there are a lot of parking lots. People might take their vehicles, and there could be many constructions happening around, so hope you don't mind about the environmental noise. So back to the topic here, we are going to make some silicone rubber mold, and I've taken much time talking about this, and we are going to make molds of these bushings, and we'll see how possible and how good it turns out. So I've got the silicone rubber molds with me, the catalyst and the silicone rubber as well. So one got to be the hardener, so, and whenever you buy something, this one is got from Amazon, and so I needed in small quantity because, as you know, I have very little bushings to replicate or make molds of. So this is little expensive, but it's good. Like, I was able to buy something in small quantity. Other ones are like, it's a huge bucket, like 5 to 10 kgs of silicone rubber material. I don't need that much of quantity unless I'm making a mold of the hands or something else. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go and see how we can make molds of these skateboard bushings. Peace. So guys, I've got the necessary items here. I've got some micro weighing scale, and I've got the bushings which we are going to make molds of, and these two belongs to waterborne surf adapter. This idea is just to make some bushing mold for in case of emergency, because like living in India, these bushings cost you a bomb, like more than the actual price you're paying. As it is, Indians got to pay in US dollars to buy all these bushings. That's, though it is $3 or $4 over there in US, it's going to cost like 500 to 600 bucks in Indian rupees. So that's why I'm trying to make these molds, and I'm not suggesting you to distribute this, but you can make one or two. I think skateboard industry will not mind making your own couple of bushings for yourself in case of emergencies, as long as you weren't able to afford or buy it from the actual seller. So I've got the bushings, which are actual bushings, and the thing which you're going to make molds of, and I've got a small tiffin box so that I could arrange all these bushings inside this tiffin box in a proper space and make molds of. Hope you guys can get it. So this is how the waterborne surf adapter bushings look like. I couldn't be able to show it you before. So it's square in shape. It has beveled side edges, so it's beveled here, and it has about 10 mm of center hole. This is for the kingpin to go inside. Yes, there is a kingpin in waterborne surf adapter as well. So I know I'm not going to distribute, so it's not a felony. Hope waterborne surf adapter team don't mind. And here is the silicone rubber material, and every silicone rubber material has an expiry date. So this one reads like 7/5/2019 to 7/5/2019 to some 5/2020. So it's going to expire on May 2020, and this one also of the same date. So 7/5/2019 to 1/5/2020. So I'm making this video in February, so hope we are in the safe zone. So let's go and make it, before which we'll need to measure how much of silicone rubber material is required to fill this entire tiffin box. So we'll go and check how much is required. Okay, peace. Peace. Hope you guys don't mind. I've got to set this up in a little angle so that you can see the readings that is on there in the micro weighing scale. So now I'm keeping my what I'm going to do is like I'm going to tally the weight of the tiffin box. So now the scale is back to 0, and I'll go get some water and pour in the tiffin box, and we'll measure how much grams of water that it takes, and we'll think that weight of a water is almost similar to the silicone rubber, and we'll try to match the same amount of grams of silicone rubber for this tiffin box. Alright, I'll go get some water now. Peace. So I just fetched some water in a tumbler, and sorry, this one got switched off, and I'm gonna pour and see like how much of water or silicone rubber that it would be required to make these molds. I'm going to fill it till the edge, I think that's about it. So we might require 200 grams of silicone rubber to make this. So here, let me go and check how much it is. 200 ml. So probably with the weight, I could say like probably we'll need 100 ml of this and 3.5 ml of the 7 ml catalyst. So half of this and half of that. So let's go and mix it in a separate container and pour it into this mold. Alright, peace. Before we make this, let me warn you guys, because I'm doing this for the very first time. I had no experience with silicone rubber before, so it might be like another what do you call that? The polyurethane manufacturing stuff, like my previous video. It could be an absolute failure or it could be a total success. So we will know this only after 24 hours, because these silicone rubber might need 24 hours to cure. So this might be an absolute failure or 100% success. So let me warn you that right away, and let's go and make this. Peace.